Saving for retirement can be a daunting task for workers, even more so for contractors or freelancers who are vulnerable to the EBB and flow, well, the ebb and flow of their income streams. For more on how this sector of the workforce can tackle retirement, let's get to Yahoo Finance's Kerry Hannon. Kerry, clearly I've been studying too many tickers this morning. Everything that's 3 or 4 letters is just a ticker to me. But the ebb and flow here, break this down for us.
Brad, it is really a big deal because there's something like more than 1 in 10 U.S. workers is a contractor or independent worker. And what that means is you don't have access to an employer-provided retirement plan. And you may think, oh, well, that's fine. But the fact is that the statistics show that just a very small percentage of people, like 5%, start saving for retirement if they're not automatically enrolled in the retirement account at their employer. And when they are automatically enrolled in that plan at their employer, it bumps up to like 90%. So you have to do it yourself. And it's super hard because a lot of people, especially if you're just getting out of school and you're starting your first job, you go, oh my gosh, I can't possibly squeak by and save for retirement. I can't afford it right now. So you kick it down the road. And that is something that you can't afford to do. So it's pretty simple. There are just a couple of easy ways that self-employed people can set up their own retirement account. And it starts with the the individual retirement account, IRAs. So you've got the traditional IRA, and you've got something called a SEP IRA, S-E-P IRA, which is just a simplified plan that allows you to put aside more than the traditional IRA does. And both of those come in a Roth format. So that means the first two, the traditional ones, you don't pay the taxes going in, but you pay the taxes when you take the money out at retirement. With the Roth, as the listeners probably all know, you pay the taxes going in, but not when it comes out at the end, which is really sweet as well. Then there is something called the solo 401k. So you can set up a 401k just for yourself if you're a solo employer and you are the sole employee. And that lets you set aside even more. So those are the 3 big ways that you're allowed, that you can simply do this. The final one I like is a health savings account. So most freelancers are enrolled in pretty high deductible plans. If you're in one of those plans, you can open a health savings account. And with that account, it's like a triple whammy because, or in a good way, you don't pay tax going in, you don't pay taxes on how that grows and accumulates over the time it's in the account, nor do you pay taxes coming out if it's used for health benefits. So I think there are more nuances. All of these have income limits, all that. Check out with the IRS. But it's really great. The final thing I'm going to say is states are now getting into the game. Several states are now offering individual retirement account programs for self-employed workers. Oregon is one of the first ones out of the gate doing that, but Virginia does it, California. So really take a look and see if your state has that.
Now, Kerry, what can younger workers in this situation do to push back on the feeling that retirement is so far away that getting started can take a while?
Yeah. Oh, that's such a good question, Brad, because I don't know about you, but for me, it was like, are you kidding me? Retirement? I mean, that was like so far in the distance, I couldn't even imagine it. But I suggest that you do this little mindset switch. You think of it, replace the word retirement with life. So you are saving for life. You are saving for all those great, rich life experience you want to have. And if you refocus it, then it seems to have a little more meaning and it makes it a little bit easier to get started. And the other final thing I would say, Brad, is put this on cruise control. This is so critical. If you work for yourself, automate, automate, automate. If you can just from every paycheck you get, because it can be erratic, it can be up and down, as we mentioned at the top. If you do a set amount from each paycheck going directly into that individual retirement account or whichever one you set up at the mutual fund company or your credit union or your bank, wherever you set that up, if you automate that, so every month or twice a month, a certain amount goes in there, even if it's a tiny amount at first, it really gets the discipline and allows it to accumulate. And trust me, you honestly don't miss it if you just do it automatically.
Yahoo Finance's own Kerry Hannon. Kerry, I feel a day closer to retirement than I did yesterday. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Brad.